Ladies and gentlemen, today's tale is going to be a thrilling adventure. Are you ready? After it ended, the big guy found Tom, suggesting reclaiming the bounty for ransom. He believed Sean would return, and the police would catch that lowlife unless Sean was hurt. The big guy vowed he would take on the case personally, even willing to resign to be Tom's security consultant. And about Tom and run his business, he never told his colleagues. The big guy said maybe he would never spill the beans. He had thought he could easily sway Tom, but Tom responded without hesitation. Do you really think him concerned about the so-called prison garden? Evidently, it was clear that he couldn't budge Tom. The big guy sought out Tom's wife, hoping Katie could convince her husband, but Katie believed in him more and worried he would end up in jail. So she found the secretary, planning to scrape up to him for a private deal with kidnappers. "Kate is my boss." "All right." Sean returned to the room, fed by the female thug, while TV viewers munched popcorn. They all condemned Tom's actions, and the housekeeper received a call telling her to check the mailbox for a letter to give to Katie. What police or Tom must know. Katie opened it, come alone at 2 a.m, else Sean's dead. At midnight she arrived, then oops. A masked figure knocked her out, looking desperate. She was there to notify Katie to tell her husband to retract the bounty. Hand over the money, cover Katie's head with Sean's clothes, staring at the bloodstains. Tom and wife heartbroken, but Tom knew kidnappers were scrambling. He walked out alone. Facing a sea of reporters, Tom declared that not only would he keep moving forward, but had also raised the bounty. Another 2 million. The kidnappers went crazy. Led by the victim's dad, Jimmy was furious. She called Tom. "Let's bring Sean back to speak once more." Tom breathed a sigh of relief, and then she reminded Tom to take note that this was a unique payment opportunity. Otherwise, it's broken pot, fatal end. No matter what Jimmy said, Tom wouldn't back down. If his son was in danger, had spent his life hunting the kidnappers, keeping them in darkness. Sean trembled. Jimmy warned, no money in an hour, lights out for Sean. Tom warned if Sean didn't return, kidnappers might as well kill themselves as he'd catch them. And then he would slowly torture them until they wished for death, which finally drove Jimmy completely mad. They started cursing, while Tom held his head in disbelief. Realizing a huge mistake, Jimmy was still fuming. A kidnapping had both sides steaming. His wife scolded Tom, then pulled away. Katie lost control, meanwhile. The kidnappers retreated into darkness, and Jimmy got an idea. Perhaps the audience had caught on. With tears in his eyes, Tom stumbled to the balcony, gasping. Remembering the shot, he sat on the ground, deflated. Jimmy composed himself and moved to a crowded area to call HQ, providing a detailed description and repeating the possible robbery scenario once more. 10 minutes 13, the cops and soldiers locked and loaded, then headed outside, guns drawn. Looking at the copper fire inside the car, the cops thought, "Oh no, we need to clear these guys out fast." "All right, let's go." Jimmy fired the first shot, taking out the lead guy, then moved to the side and took out the bald guy. She quickly ran to another side, wrapping her gun with a cloth to stage creating a fake gunfight scene. She placed the gun in the bald guy's hand, and just then, in walked Jimmy's girlfriend. But the lady was too slow, no match for the detective. Soon, police cars arrived, sealing off the scene. Eventually, they found Sean and bound, badly injured Jimmy in the room, fine. Cops shouted, "Katie, up a hurry." News reached Tom's home. They rushed to the scene, finally reuniting the family of 3 with their weak son. They hugged tightly, while the hero who saved Sean, Jimmy, became New York's big hero. Tom approached the ambulance. He heartfeltly thanked the hero, making Jimmy famous, but police still questioned the female thug. First, no criminal record. Second, no ties to the deceased. Jimmy knew the police would uncover the truth. She needed to secure the bounty fast and leave New York. After recuperating, she visited Tom's house, being quite forward. She arrived, and even the housekeeper thanked her. After greeting the kid, Jimmy apologized to Tom. She wanted the bounty today, as reporters drove her nuts. Jimmy said she wasn't used to fame. She needed peace. Tom understood. She was the savior, just write the check. Jimmy could cash it immediately, full of gratitude, but they touched on a topic that saddened him. Jimmy's eldest son regretted only asking for 2 million. Then, the neighbor's kid glanced here. Suddenly, terrified, wet, trembling, Tom realized. Just then, Katie entered, still grateful, hugging Tom sincerely. Tom realized instantly the savior was the kidnapper leader. He sent his wife away with their son to rest. Tom normally finished the check, gave it to anxious Jimmy, and suggested she avoid reporters from his perspective. But Jimmy was incredibly sharp. She tossed the check aside, indicating they both understood. For days, the two dueled in wit. Both knew the other's strength, one clever, the other ruthless.